What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Thursday evening, March 5th. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag. This is the Late Show. We're coming off a very, very nice Wednesday, but stay in my shoes. It's my first good day of the week. It's my first good day of going solo. I need more, and I don't want to sit here patting myself on my throbbing cock. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. Brandon, Lugo, Garrett, Kerr, Omar J. Legend. Omar J. Legend said, thanks for the Penguins pick. I love it. I love it too. Obviously, I would have rather had Yari in goal. I think. I shouldn't say obviously. I think I would. But I'm okay with Matt Murray. But I'm not on the Carolina Flyers under, my man. And it scares me that you are feeling that. Let's go over all of the goaltending changes that we have. Let me pop that up right now. But it does concern me a little bit that you are feeling that because I think there's going to be goals. I'm not sure how sharp these Flyers are going to be, but they do have a 7-game winning streak right now. There's our guy, Anna Merrick, in the house. Says, what up, baggers? Your boy is sick. Glad I get to hang with you guys here. Today has sucked. That's what this is about. When your day has sucked, you come to us. And we welcome you with open arms. Anna Merrick in the house. Yenny Toon, 4 plays in NHL tonight. Penguins -1. Hurricanes money line. Wild money line. Predators money line. Oh, Yenny Toon, I hope you have a giant night, Yenny. I hope you have a giant night because that will mean that I, too, have a big night. Now, I did sort of make a safe bet on the Predators. I cut $50 off of it. When it came down to actually pulling the trigger, I didn't go full unit. I went 3/4 a unit on first period in full game. So $150 each, you know. Any tune in us? Dan Krug. There's David Hutton says, glad I found this again. Just subscribed. Our guy, David Hutton, who I've got the pleasure of hanging with. David Hutton, thank you so much for joining us. The team is coming together. David Hutton, love seeing you. There's our guy, Nilo, says, hello, all great day so far. Parlay cashed. 2 soccer days came in. Shout out to our guy, Nilo. Nilo, fresh off hitting his real estate parlay of the day yesterday. The first one he's ever dropped. There's Lil J in the house. Love seeing my guy, Lil J. There's Flipper 13. Flipper 13. Spencer Penny G on Leafs, Wild, Oilers, Pens parlay going for a big score. There's Gerald Jones, also fresh off a big winner yesterday. Respect to Gerald Jones. Gave him a shout-out in the beginning of the early show. There's Ulysses Hayes ready to go. Danny Menlo, Jimmy Sweat and Buckets in the house. I'm good. I don't know exactly what happened with the flop sweats this morning, but I feel good right now. Got a little Canadian cup in my cup. My cup. I feel good right now. There's my guy, Danny Menlo now. Thank you for joining us. RL. Randy Lockhart says Clippers under 238. Wow. That's gone up to 238. So you're going against Lamont Williams in that spot. Lamont Williams got on the over at 236.5. We've seen that it's gone up to 238. Also, I'm very interested in making a move on the Nebraska team total under. That game pops off before the witching hour. That game pops off in 55 minutes. So I am going to want to talk about that. Ron Lofton says, got on San Diego State when they were down 7 in the first. Oh, shit. Sorry. That went fast. Got on San Diego State. They were down 7 in the first half, live at -5.5 for even money. Dogs have been jumping out early in that tourney. Wait and bet faves alive. Great job. There's Mitch Bruner in the house. Said sprinkled some on the taint along with my parlay. Way to go, Mitch Bruner in the house. We got Reese. Let's take a look at what Reese is on. Copy and paste this right now. Our guy Reese making moves on Sharks money line. Under 6 in Sharks Wild. Boston puck line under 6 in Bruins. Panthers. Pens regulation and over 6 in Flyers Canes. Okay, good. That's the spot I'm on. Copied and paste Reese's action. All right. Jared Bessie in the house. Reese ready to get to work. Akira 04. J Scum. Small Thrill. Ab the Bet. Michael Jenkins. There's Dave Burke. There's Dave Burke in the house. Our low bagger, Dave Burke, one of the funniest comics in this country, will be sitting beside me live on tomorrow's Late Show, and I can't wait for that. There's my guy, Wyatt Coons in the house, Barry McCockner, Tri Sawyer, Nilo, Drinking Hand, Nasty Nate. Damn, God, right when I see Nasty Nate, I realized that we haven't. Nasty Nate's going to be our bouncer. Who better than Nasty Nate, pride of Rhode Island? Going to be our bouncer, Nasty Nate. Looking forward to that. Elena Lynn liking Memphis this evening. That's a very interesting game that I want to break down heavy here. The Wichita State Memphis game. I want to talk about that and break that down nice. There's Jim Rome's a douche in the house. Get off my field. I like that name. Silver Gold says, I need an NBA recap. Right now, I'm only on the Clippers. I would like to make moves, but I'm only on the Clippers right now. Viper NB adding American -5. We will go over all of the great cappers that are in our chat every day. I copy and paste all of their actions so we can review them and talk about them so you guys can know. Because when you're close to this show, there's going to be cappers in the chat that you believe in or trust more than others. And I want to go over all their plays. So I've got that. Lil J says, Anameric plus time. We'll take care of that. I know you're taking care of yourself. Being sick always sucks. There's Dominic Zappia in the house. Love my guy, Dominic. Thank you for joining us. Jace Gum took that Flyers over. And there's Jack Behe in the house. Am I pronouncing that right? I also, it's important to me to not be screwing up your names. You guys are so important to me, and I don't want to get annoyed every time I say your name. Is it Behe or Behe? I want to be able to say it right. Jack Behe, what's good? Jimmy told you on those NBA props last night. Yes, you did, Jack. That makes me happy. 3-0 on those props. Those props are dangerous, right? Because at my book, they're generally -120. They take -120 each way. They take 40 cents of juice, and that means you have to hit it a very high percentage, right? We had our guy, the big Ragu 62, give us the exact number that you need to break even on -120, and it's 54.5%. You need to hit those. You can't miss those. It hurts badly. There's my guy, Sammy B, in the house. Sammy B, just a few short days of seeing you again on the poker table. You were spectacular on Monday. Looking forward to hang with you again. There's Bob Lee Swagger. Unbelievable in the house. Ron Lofton, drink in hand. Wyatt's on Kings -5 and Nuggets -10 says I like it a lot. Lil J's on Nashville and the under. He's on that. You know, the idea that Nashville's going to play really tight defensively and really strong defensively is I just haven't been trusting their goaltending lately, but I think that's a pretty interesting idea that they may jump on. Coco Bongo back in Vancouver. Made it home safe. Shout out to our guy, Coco Bongo. Ab to bet 1. Liking Clippers money line. I'm on that with you. We got Marco Ristic in the house. Thank you for joining us, Marco. Love it. Kevin Riley. There's my guy, Kevin Riley. We've been sending you and your family all the positivity and love that we possibly can. I got a sweet, sweet message from your wife, Dawn, and you guys are a big part of us and a big part of the Low Bag family, and we're just sending so much love to you. Kevin Riley, the family's going through a tragedy, so Low Baggers everywhere. Send all the positivity, strength, and light over to Kevin and Dawn, whom we love dearly. Thank you for being in the chat. Let's go. Kevin Riley here. Let's go. Let's get that cash. Love seeing Kevin Riley in the chat. 52.38% to break even using -110 lines. Love that, Flipper 13. It's so important we talk about those things. Ulysses Hayes is on the Capitals. So am I. I'm going for a big score. There's Paco Healy in the house. Leonard Welch, who came from above into our chat to deliver us the Creighton team total over yesterday. My guy, Leonard Welch. Love it. Bracket says, say my name and cradle the balls. Oh, no. Dan Kelly said, I told my son, 20, that I was going to Toronto. He said, bring me back some edibles, Dad. They're legal there, and they won't check an old man like you coming across the border. I gave him a dope slap. What a guy. What a family. Dad Fan says, hey, Jim, are the Caps still great? Starting to question it here in D.C. Yeah, we can question whether they're great. But they're 10-1-1 in their last 12 against the Rangers. The Rangers are missing Kreider. The Capitals are angry. I'm backing the Capitals here, and I'm going for that cash. Nilo says you need to have a low bagger meeting of the mind Saturday nights in a bar along the TTC for you. Well, you know, the bar that's been the best to us is the Dog and Bear. The Dog and Bear where we were going live before. So that's where I'd want to do it if we want to do something like that. I like it. I respect it. And I like it. There's Jimmy Cece in the house. Walla Dose. Michael Jenkins, Oops Squad Cap, Eric Rosas, King Weasel. Ooh, King Weasel, I like that look. Shake Milton over 15.5 points. Ooh, King, I think I'm going to roll with that. Eric Rose has got the over 236.5 in the Clips game. Great job. Johnny Raff in the house. Johnny Raff on Flyers games over 6. Penn Sabres over 6. Stars money line and Caps money line. So my guy Johnny Raff not believing in the Predators stepping up in their first home game after the tornado. There's going to be a minute of silence, or a moment of silence, I should say, off the top of the game. And I think they're going to come out rolling. Rob the Groots has been away from the crew for a bit, but now seems the time to come back. Oh, the Grateful Dead. I remember trying to do that. Rob, thank you for coming back and joining us. Respect. Nilo saying you are never alone. Marco Ristic, great to have him back in action. All right. It is time to get to work. There's Kareem Walker. Love seeing that. Montrezl Harrell over 15.5. Let's grab that. There's Doug Barnhouse joining us. There's Canadian Capper 72, fresh off of smashing last night's card. He's on the Penguins as well. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel very good. Not applicable. Not applicable with the shit. Not applicable. He doesn't give you the winner. You have to deduce it with who's going to shit the bed. Not applicable. Doesn't tell us who is going to be glorious. He lets us know who's going to clog that toilet. And he does a spectacular job at it. Our guy, not applicable, told us the Canucks would shit the bed yesterday, and that's what they did. Paulo Marquez in the house. Trevor Loudon, my guy Trevor Loudon. We got to hang out. Trevor Loudon, I'm back in the 6. Trevor Loudon, great Toronto Capper right here. Let's go. Jack Behe on Boise State plus 1.5. 1 for the money in the house. Elena Lynn, Houston Cougars -2. That's going against the taint play of the day that I jumped on. That scares me. Copy and paste that right now. We got RW. Ulysses Hayes taking the Edmonton money line. There's my guy Roman in the house. Thank you for joining us. There's Joe Anisi. The team is here. Let's get to work, shall we? Alex Ramirez, Spidey plays of the days right now. There's Leonard Porsche. David Hutton said had a good night in the NHL last night. Hit Flyers and Coyotes money line and alternate puck lines. Great job. Lil J, Pens and under. Yes, Pens for sure. -2.5. Going for a big score. Oh, I like it. All right, I'm going to copy and paste my guy Lil J in the house. Vanquish Vegas. Our guy Lil J, great capper. Going to copy and paste his action. And then we have Alex Ramirez. Flyers money line, Blackhawks money line. Wow, Alex. Blackhawks money line. I like that look. That's a ballsy look. I'm staying off that game. I enjoyed talking about it. All right. Jay Scum took the under in Houston, Connecticut. That makes a ton of sense to me. The Wichita under was also something that I found appealing. All right, let's get to work right now. Oh, look at Akira. Houston Rockets money line. There's Dylan Turner. Thank you for joining us. Detained. Detained was not as popular as it often has been. We didn't pressure Matt Randall because he didn't give it to us right away. The suspense kept building, and then he gave us Connecticut, University of Connecticut. They're playing good basketball right now, and I tailed it. Dutch boy fresh in the house. You asked for that FSU hat, so I put it in, right? Yes, sir, I did. He asked for the FSU hat. I gave it to him. That's what we do. It's your show. There's Chris Martinez, and Dan Kelly took the Taint money line. That's what I did, too. I didn't take the points. I took him at plus 110. Gerald Jones says, can't fade Taint. King Weasel says, Taint a little smelly today. Hold your nose. All right. Let's get to work. There's Black Larry in the house. Thank you for joining us. The group is here. The team is here. Let's get to work. All right, let's go over. Let's see, first off, was there any goaltending changes that we weren't expecting? Because there were a lot of questionable situations between the pipes. See exactly what we're dealing with here. We're expecting Price Vasilevsky. That's what we expected. Halak versus Drieger. Drieger, I believe. That's what we expected. Nedeljkovic versus Carter Hart. That's what we expected. Samsonov versus Georgiev. Matt Murray versus Jonas Johansson. We were told about Jonas Johansson here. He's not looked great, but right now, Carter Hutton, Jonas Johansson. We have Craig Anderson versus Semyon Varlamov. That's what we expected. Kudobin versus UC Saros. Mike Smith versus Corey Crawford. Alex Daylock versus Martin Jones. Frederick Anderson versus Johnny Quick. Oh, we don't know if it could be Cal Peterson, but I do expect it to be Johnny Quick. All right. Let's get to work right now and go over these plays. I do not expect to add anything in NHL. I do expect to add something in NBA, and I'm going to have to make a bet while I'm on the show here. I wanted to talk about this Nebraska spot. I'm leaning. They're up against Michigan. Juwan Howard been preaching defense. I'm thinking about taking their team total under, and it's at 67.5, but it's juiced. It's juiced to minus 125, and I'm hesitant to put a minus 125 on my docket right now. All right, there's my guy Hustle Wilson in the house. I love it. Hustle Wilson took Ohio State too. Love having our guy Hustle Wilson in the house. Doug Barnhouse, Cal Poly Long Beach under 65 first half. Let's copy and paste that right now. Okay. All right, let's go through this NHL card and then go through it quickly. And then let's spend our time today on NBA and NCAA basketball. So for starters, let's move quickly. I'm on the Penguins -1. There was late movement towards the Pittsburgh Penguins. That was something that I expected. As soon as Matt Murray was announced, more money came in on Buffalo. I think the Sharps are trying too hard to be sharp in this spot. Buffalo off that terrible 0-4 road trip. It feels to me like they've given up. Kruger's still done a fine job, but it feels to me like they have given up. This total was originally juiced to the over. It's now juiced to the under. We've seen about a 10-cent move towards the under. I'm on Penguins -1. Canadiens Lightning. Here was a market move that we destroyed. I only had put in Pittsburgh before the show started, the morning show. As soon as we started capping this game, I really started liking this under 6.5. Really started liking it, knowing about the injuries that the Habs have up front and no Stamkos for the Lightning. Carey Price coming off a very easy win against the Islanders. We took that 6.5 and we smashed it. Smash. There's Brendan Ware in the house. Thank you for joining us. Brandon, thank you. We cashed nice yesterday. We need to keep it rolling. There are no 6.5s on the board anymore. It's down to 6. The under 6 is slightly juiced. That was a smash and grab. Slightly juiced, not even. Like, look at some books. Wow, look at this. This under's being smashed so much from our early show. God, it's such a good feeling. The under 6 at is minus 105 at Bet365. Under 6 is minus 105. It's just a thing of beauty. We got the under 6.5 at minus 112. There's Rich Kemp ready to get to work. Oh, God, that just feels so good. All right. That's a victory. Just a victory in itself. When you can beat line moves by that much, you can feel good about it. It doesn't necessarily equate to cash in your pocket, but you can feel very good about it. Yeah, Randy, I read that. What a story. That does not help us. There's Sports Keg in the house. Sports Keg, thank you so much for joining us. Love seeing your name in the chat. Sports Keg, that guy has put cash in your pocket. All right, Rich Kemp coming in. College basketball play day, Southern -4.5. Also on Illinois State, Longwood, Stanford, and Washington. Oh, I find those Pac looks that you're on so interesting, Rich Kemp. That's how we're going to close the show on the Pac-12. We'll close the show there. That's perfect. I'm very interested in Stanford. They're stepping up right now. But again, I want to lean on you guys for NCAA basketball. That's why I didn't put in that Nebraska team total under that I want to make a move on. There's Gerardo Hernandez in the house. Rich Kemp going for that Vegas Gun Award. Respect. Jay Scum liking Stanford in that action too. There's Bob Taylor waiting. Join us, Bob Taylor. Andrew G. This show is being sponsored by Lids. Andrew G. We're trying, man. We're trying to get this show sponsored by Lids. We're trying. All right. Bruins, Panthers. Nice work, Ron Lofton, getting free herb dispensary delivery. Respect. Sports Keg going solo April 1st. It's a scary thing doing that. And the support of you guys, it empowers us. It gives us confidence. And it means so much. And we're just so thankful that you have our backs, man. It means so much. Leonard Porch says, sponsored by Subway, $5 footlongs after that tweet last night. That made me laugh, Leonard. That made me laugh. Your reply made me laugh, man. Shout out to the sports keg and respect. All right. Bruins coming off that 2-1 win at Tampa. Look, the Panthers are playing god-awful, right? They're playing so bad. But I still was just a little hesitant to expect the Bruins to be playing really strong here. And there's been an 18-cent move towards the Panthers. Very comfortable to back away from that. And just back to the sports keg and the strength it takes to make a move like you're making, I will support you completely and totally. Dan Kelly, Toronto Raptors -4 first half. Now it's -5. Maybe better get it live. You're absolutely right. Viral Video says more hockey, loving the NHL right now. Look, the NHL's hit me right in the back of the khakis, and in the first 3 days that we've gone solo. And I'm not. Look, sometimes you need to be tested to really step up. And that's what I'm hoping in NHL right now, because we are at our low watermark of the season right now. Chris Martinez, the gooch in the house. Sweaty Butcher says, I missed the Kings play over or under. I stayed off those California games, but we'll get to them. All right, I'm happy to be off this Bruins-Panthers game. I just am not sure if the Bruins are going to come in as focused as we'd like them to. That's all. Sweaty Butcher in the house. Great capper. I'm on the Capitals -1. I'm going for a big score. Did I get that? Tell me I got it at the perfect time. Tell me it's – yes, I did. Not a huge move, but we beat it by 6 – oh, no, we didn't. Heritage -122. All right, beat it by 3 cents. That's good. All right. Dan Kelly, God, what a huge asset you are. God, you guys it means so much to me. All right, Capitals -1. I'm going for a big score. I got the money line at -119, the puck line at +195. Hurricanes Flyers, I'm on the over 6 at -109. Let's quickly see. Yes, Pinnacles moved it to 6.5. Now, that just Pinnacle's a sharp book. I like seeing them move it to 6.5, but Vibe Dime's still hanging out over 6 at -110. There's lots of -115s on the board, but that's a great sign. There's a Haley in the house. Oh, RL back in Oregon State. Andrew G says, I really like that Habs Lightning under. Wow, more than I think, the more I like. Yeah, look, but in saying that, when we get it at 6.5 in the morning show and it goes down to 6, I don't know if you should take it. Ron Lofton says, woke up and saw that Yotes game went over. That made my morning in a big, big way. Big way. Doug Barnhouse says, what do you think of Tampa under 3.5 team total? What's the juice there, Doug? Would love to hear the juice. Better total plays than Nebraska game, 51-49 to the over. Kevin, what do you think of just focusing on Nebraska, though? Kevin, what do you think of just focusing on the Nebraska team total? I wouldn't mind, why don't let's just get through hockey, and then maybe let's start with just that Nebraska game and then go through NBA and then go back to college basketball. Eric Jones in the house, thank you for joining us. Hurricanes Flyers, I'm on the over 6 at -109. Nedeljkovic, we're going to see what he can do between the pipes. Carter Hart, he's got to step up as well right now. Flyers are playing very well. They're playing very well offensively. The Hurricanes know they're going to need to step up offensively with Nedeljkovic between the pipes. I'm on the over 6. Randy Lockhart on the over 6 in that Oilers game. Doug Barnhouse, I'm very interested to hear what your Tampa Bay team total under 3.5 would be. Johnny Raff making a move on the Flyers team total over 3.5. I hope that cashes. In fact, in all honesty, I need Carolina to get in the playoffs. I have futures on them at beautiful numbers, and I need them to at least get in. Next spot, Islanders, Senators. I've stayed off this. I've stayed off of Islanders, Senators. This total opened up at 6. Now we have 5.5s. There had been a market move towards Ottawa. It's come back to Long Island. Ottawa's been undervalued at home all year. The Islanders, what they're doing is really perplexing. Really perplexing. And Trotz said, we had a team meeting, we had great practices, and then they come out and look awful against the Habs. I blame that heavily on Grice. Grice. No, he is not Joey Nisi, my man. He is not. -20, Doug. -20, Doug. I like it. But would I be surprised if the Lightning are up 3-1 or 3-2 and score an empty netter? No. I don't dislike it. I like it. I don't know if I'd pull the trigger on it. And I've got enough action myself right now, but I was hoping that you get a better number than minus 120. But I expect the Habs to play tight. Connor Mallock said Islanders over 5.5 get right against Ottawa. There's Big Ragu in the house. Big Ragu is doing a show at 8:30 tomorrow night talking about these big stakes races on Saturday. Big shout out to Big Ragu 62. Follow him on Twitter. Incredible capper, incredible guy. Thankful to roll with him. All right, Sweaty Butcher. I pulled my first NHL query. Teams coming off a game in Vegas are 11-24 straight up this season. Playing against that is an ROI of 27.7% this season and 17.7 ROI since Vegas entered the league. Oh, God, Sweaty Butcher. That is a great stat. Man, are we thankful to roll with you. Jimmy Stain making a move on that Sixers team total over. Interesting. I like that. Sammy B says, looking into that Curry props, I do want to talk much more about the game, and I made a mistake. Not pulling the trigger earlier. And maybe if we get the Draymond Green news, maybe the market goes back a bit towards the Warriors. You just don't want to poke Steph. I mean, would it surprise you if he scores 30 points tonight? Yeah, I mean, we have a 24 to 28 minute limit, but we'll talk more about that. There's galactical collision in the houses. I think the Oilers have to be the best value bargain for tonight. I think they sweep this road series. Mike Smith's been playing great hockey. Also got Wild Sharks over 1.5 first period. Look, I'm not a huge believer in the Oilers, but I don't think the Blackhawks are very good. I agree with you. I don't agree with you that it's necessarily the best value on the board because it didn't make my card. But there's nothing wrong with that play. There's nothing wrong with that bet. They're playing good hockey. Blackhawks look good against a shit Ducks team. I'm very interested. Drinking Hands says, Jimmy, come down to Edmonton for the Stanley Cup parade. Oh, I would. Actually, I would take a lot of heat. And if I wore my Canucks jersey, I'd get bottled. So we'll have to figure that out. Big Ragu says, thank you, Sir James. Ragu, you're an absolute class act and spectacular capper. And I will be watching your show 8:30 p.m. Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Friday night. Big Ragu breaking down the big 3 stakes races: Gotham, Tampa Bay Derby, and San Felipe Stakes. Glenn Elliott, man, said I posted 4-0 in NCAA basketball here yesterday. Too bad nobody noticed. Glenn Elliott, man, we gave you a shout out on the early show. Too bad nobody noticed. You're talking to the wrong capper, Glenn Elliott, man. You are talking to the wrong capper. Let me even tell you exactly what you did yesterday. Tulsa plus 2.5, Indiana minus 3.5, Dayton minus 3.5, Georgia Tech minus 6. Glenn Elliott, man, a little 4-0. You think I don't give you a shout out? Come on. Talking to the wrong guy, Glenn Elliott, man. I know this show succeeds because of you guys. Think I don't know that shit. Glenn Elliott, man, you're a beast. You're a beast. Drinking Hands says, I will cover you down there. No worries. Well, you know what? I will definitely come to Edmonton sometime. Oh, maybe I should come for a Grey Cup. I'm supposed to come for. Elena Lynn making a Jokic player prop, rebounds over 10.5. That's a very interesting look. All right, let's get through this NHL card. It's I want to talk basketball with you guys very badly. We're coming off a giant night in basketball. All told in basketball, 8-3, right? 8-3. 6-3 in NBA, 2-0 in NCAA basketball. Canadian Capper says, I'm a beast too. You guys are. No doubt about that. All right. Abdebet saying Steph Curry over 20 points and minus 120. Abdebet, what book is that from? That'd be interesting. Sammy B's got 18.5 at his. And Big Ragu says CC, Canada's finest. Right there, Big Ragu. Right under the old desk. And this is for you, Big Ragu. All right. I just needed my guy, Glenn Elliott, man, to know that I know, baby. I know you've been crushing it. All right. I'm not going to add anything in NHL, so let's just keep rolling through this. Islanders, Senators, I'm staying off. Bobby Lee Swagger says, salute, much love to you guys. Canadian club sponsorship, they don't usually do that. Sanka says, hello, Jimmy, thank you for that prop bet. Sanka, thank you for being you and being a part of our family and our team and always coming to us with positivity. And you're a great capper that we're thankful to share wisdom with at all times. Okay, I'm doubling up on the Predators. Jason M says, am I insane going Bruins -1.5? Seems like almost for sure. But look, Jason M, we talked about the difficulty of this NHL card off the morning show. You had 8, count them, 8 road favorites, 6 big ones. That makes things difficult. You know, I always talk about having to be rewarded when you back a road team. Matt says, my dad always drank Canadian mist whiskey. At Young Chillionaire in the house, respect, thank you for joining us. And Taint is UConn. Jason Ebb, you're not insane. DA says Nuggets, the absolute smash of the day. We're going to talk more about that tonight. Ulysses Hayes says fade Nashville tonight. This could blow up in my face. There's no doubt about it. Kevin Riley says we will see the Detroit Red Wing game sometime. Oh, yes. Yes, you're absolute God. That made look. 100. How close are you to Detroit, anyways? Because I miss that city so much. I got to get back to Green Dot Stables for some alligator sliders, man. Johnny Raff says agree. Fade Nashville. Makes me uncomfortable. I expect them to step up after that moment of silence for their city. And if they don't, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit. I'm going to lose my shit. All right. Let's stay focused here. Okay. So I am making a move here on the Predators. First period, full game. I jumped all over it. Sammy B letting us know that the Lakers signed Dion Waiters. You know, we'll see. Oilers, Blackhawks. I can understand why people are backing the Oilers. You're not totally insane, Jason M, but there's been a 20-cent move to the Panthers. Bruins just played a very important game. The Panthers are playing so bad. Yes, these road teams look extremely attractive, and I pulled the trigger on 2 of them in the Capitals and Penguins, and I just didn't want too many of them on my card. But you are not insane. They're a very good hockey team. Terrell Miller, Dion Waiters. Dion Waiters, the guy who ate the edible and then got on the plane and freaked out. And Ulysses Hayes saying fade the Panthers money line. Look, I get it. Randy Lockhart said the Blackhawks will fight tonight. I'd be happy if the Oilers win. I'm on these Blackhawks under 89.5 points for the season win total. I'd like them to lose. And then Leafs Kings, I'm not making a move on. Let's see if there's been any market move here. A little bit back towards the Kings. I do not want, if there's going to be a -180 road team, it's not going to be the Maple Leafs. Jonathan Young says, not sure why Nashville would step up. Not like these are local guys from Nashville. If anything, they shook like the rest of the city. I don't know, Jonathan Young. I mean, these guys want to fight for their city. I mean, Big Poppy's not from Boston, but you saw that speech he said. I don't know if I hear what you're saying. You're able to question it as much as you want. There's no right answer here. Animeric says somehow my points total on the Coyotes is still alive. The Coyotes better get hot here, Animeric. They better get hot here, Animeric. I put myself in a very vulnerable situation. I've got 400 on the division and 400 on the conference, and it'd be a nice number, but sadly I brought Flash bought 20% of it, so he's on that first. He's on that $100 on the division, $100 on the conference, and I just they better step up here. I just wish they had a little more size. All right, so let's finish off this card. Wild Sharks. The Sharks have nothing to lose, and they're playing well right now without Hurdle. Without Carlson, they're stepping up right now. And Minnesota's playing over their head. So I'm comfortable staying off it. Thank God Kemper's back. Thank God. Thank God Kemper's back. Reese is on Sharks money line. That makes me feel good. Sammy B wondering if anyone's making a live play on Nate Dogg. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. On Nate Dogg 420. Live play. Anyone on UNLV second half? There's my guy, Nate Dogg 420. He's going Pittsburgh -1, Montreal +1.5, Boston -1, Philadelphia -0.5, Minnesota -0.5, and the over in Washington Edmonton games. Get that cash, Nate Dogg. Get paid. Get paid. Okay. All right. I'm going to copy and paste Nate Dogg's action here. And let's move on. Okay, we're going to move on to NBA, but there's one big game popping off at 6:30 Eastern. That's in 24 minutes, and I want to talk about this spot. Jimmy Stain making a live play. Jimmy Stain, keep an eye on what Jimmy Stain does. UNLV Boise, second half over 73.5. Respect. Elena Lynn saying Boise State might run away with it. Daffen on UNLV second half. God, what a great chat we have. What an absolutely incredible chat we have. Okay. So let's talk about this spot. Let's quick spot on what we're dealing with from a college basketball market move scenario. We're just going to talk about this one game, and then we'll finish off NBA. Nebraska, Michigan. Michigan opening up at minus 17.5. They're now at minus 17. This total had gone up to 152.5, and now it's starting to come down. Let me see if this team total's gone down too. Fuck. It has, but it's 10 cents cheaper. It's minus 115 now. Spencer Penny G on Nebraska plus 17. Ulysses Hayes on Nebraska plus 17. We already saw betting in heels. Shout out to betting in heels. She jumped on Nebraska plus 17. Abdabet says, Jimmy, I love your player props. Nothing tonight. No. Yes, Terrell, that is it is UConn. No, one thing is that we don't force it. And my guy, Prince of the City, says, where's your Michigan hat? It's right over there. I will, I will pop that up, especially with college basketball coming up. Shout out to my guy, Prince of the City. Chad Costanza liking UConn first half under 63. Liking the under. That's a couple great cuppers now on the under. Thank you for sharing that with us, Chad. All right, so let's talk about this spot right now. Do I like 66.5 at minus 115 better than 67.5 at minus 125? All right, senior night in Michigan. So Teskey, Simpson, Davis playing their last home game. Michigan coming off back-to-back losses. 81-74 home to Whiskey last Thursday, then 77-63 on Saturday at Ohio State. So their perimeter defense was so bad. So they had a 5-game winning streak going into that. Throughout that 5-game winning streak, they allowed 21 three-pointers. In those 2 losses that we just mentioned, they allowed 22 three-pointers. And Juwan Howard is angry. He is angry. There's AM in the house. Thank you for joining us. Reese said you need a Tar Heels hat, Jimmy. I do. I absolutely do. I need a lot. I'll do a nice switch coming up here. Jim Rome Seduce said I'd pay to see waiters playing freak out. Yeah, I love that. I love that shit too. I love that shit too. Silver Gold says UConn plus 2. I'll tell you what, Dan Kelly and I took the money line on it. We didn't bother with the 2 points, and it is the taint. Dylan Turner says, I'm with the rest of you guys, the guys that say my wife is tired of listening to what sounds like Chinese to her, but I keep it real and told her, that's better because some of the wives just despise the sound of my voice. So that's better. She thinks it's just Chinese. AM says you need a P.O. box so you can get all these hats. You're right. I absolutely do. It's a great, I'm so thankful that you guys, believe in that. Man, we need another shelf, too. We've got these things up right here right now because we want sponsorship to fill in there. The black spots there. We want sponsorship. Okay. I should have pulled the trigger on 67.5 before I got to the show. Nice, Ulysses. Respect. I don't see anybody in here saying, yes, you should make a move on that team total under. A lot of you guys are backing Nebraska. Nebraska's terrible. 2-16 in the conference. Let's talk about these Cornhuskers. Tied for last place, 14-game losing streak. They played pretty strong against the Wolverines in that home loss. Lost 79-68. They're coming off an 81-76 loss to Northwestern. They went 8 for 30 from the free throw line. Robert Duran says Nebraska is trash. Should I make a move, fellas? Nobody's telling me to do it or not to. Elena says 67.5 is a lot of points. There's the icon in the house. Thank you for joining us. 66.5 and minus 115. I'd prefer a minus 115 than a minus 125. Would I pay a full point for 10 cents? I prefer to get the 10 cents. Spencer Penny G says I'd go under. Bob Taylor says, where's Aunt L when you need him? Yeah, he's probably studying baseball right now. Elena saying I would go under. All right. I just wanted to talk it out first. Oh, no, Mark Ungefer. That'll happen. That'll happen to the best of us. And Pink Eye Genie says stay off. Moved a point in my direction. I've got 19 minutes to make the move. Kevin Riley says my Michigan Wolverines might blow them out, but I got Nebraska plus 17. Do not want to stay away, or do not want to sway your play, though. Okay. I love it. Neat. Love it. Says, move on it, low bag. They stink. All right, Pink Eye Genie telling me to stay off, but a lot of people saying to make a move on the under, and I'm going to. I prefer it at 66.5 at minus 115. Bob Taylor says don't force it. It was a play I wanted to make, and I'm going to make it on seniors night. I wish I could do a first half team total. Let's see. Just quickly go over here. See if I can move over to half. First half team total. 30.5 for Nebraska. 30.5 on Nebraska. Oh, you get 6 extra points for the full game. If Michigan just destroys them early, right? Icon says, I think you're on the right side. Okay, sorry to hum and haw over this, but I need that paper. Prince of the City thinking about how about that Michigan under 84? Yes, I am. I'm hammering Santa Anita on Saturday. Hammering it. Elena's saying I'm liking that under a little more after looking at it. What about that first half under? And Elena's saying take the full game under. I'd prefer just to take Nebraska team total under. I think Michigan is going to defend with veracity. Ulysses Hayes respecting that Longwood versus Hampton under. Insiders Room play of the day, Bethune-Cookman -5. All right, I'm going to make a move on that play of the day. Or excuse me, I'm going to make a move on this. All right, under 66.5 at -115. I'm pulling the trigger right now. Under 66.5 at -115. And I'm going to have to take a picture of this action quickly. Sorry, let's just move back over to main market. Let's do team props, team totals, under 66.5. Quick pick. There we go. All right, this is going to take me a second. So, and the Icon liking the team total over is the way he'd play it. All right, I pulled the trigger. I feel you, Elena. We're in business. Sweaty Butcher coming with the Philadelphia Sacramento under 219. All right, let's start talking NBA. And this is the tricky point where I have to make a bet while I'm live on screen. So let's start getting after this NBA card and talk market moves. And while we're doing that, I'm going to try to make some action here. Pull up my Hotmail. All right, let's start with Nuggets, Hornets. Nuggets, Hornets. Denver opening up at -10 at -105. That's where they stand right now. This total opened up at 208, is now at 207. We're coming off a giant day in NBA. Look at here's Pink Eye Genie's action right here. Northern Colorado +2, New Mexico State -10.5, and Eastern Washington -13.5. And Graham is still questionable. And this game pops off right at that witching hour. So I'm amazed. We have 46 minutes until the game, and we don't know whether or not Devontae Graham is going to be in the lineup. T. Marks in the house. T. Marks, thank you for joining us. Wow, you'd think we'd know about Devontae Graham. So let's just make sure that we have no more information on Devontae Graham right now. Quickly move over to NBA here, and let's see. Let us know. Is Devontae Graham going to be in the lineup tonight? I would sure love an announcement and maybe a point shaved off. I guess he's not worth a point anyways. Dan Kelly coming in. And still questionable, everyone's saying. Dan Kelly coming in, if bet. If 1.5 units. Raptors, Golden State Warriors under 226, then 1 unit, Toronto Raptors -9. I also like Golden State team total under 108.5. I love that. Mark Unkelfer said, could use another prop like Whiteside. Respect, man. But, you take what the league gives you. And we're going to break down this NBA card right now. We have time. We have 45 minutes before the witching hour. There's no need to pressure ourselves or to panic. Just stay calm, stay cool, and see if something jumps out at us. First off, let's see what's going on here in Charlotte. Devontae Graham. Will you be playing? I expect him to play. Still questionable. All right. King Weasel says NBA needs to set a time that all the reports must be finalized. I agree with that. All right, let's get this stuff up here. Okay. A lot of people are bullish on the Nuggets tonight. And I get it. They were embarrassed by the Warriors. Completely embarrassed. Malone called him out. We had Dan Kelly talk about the press conference. This total opened up at 208. It's now 207. If anything, it would be a Charlotte team total over, and that was something that Dan Kelly also mentioned. Let's see what we're dealing with in a Charlotte team total over right now very quickly here. The problem is it's going to be so low. Charlotte team total over is at 98.5. Ugh, that is so low. Dylan Turner wondering what everybody thinking about Seth Curry coming back tonight. Do you think Seth Curry wants to take a little bit of the spotlight off of his brother? Oh, no, Steph Curry. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Dallas is playing. What am I talking about? Kevin Riley says, what did you play on the Nebraska game? I just sent it in. Team total under 66.5 at -115. Did I keep saying over? My fault. I keep saying over. I mean the under, team total under at 98.5. Thank you for mentioning that. Sorry. Thank you for mentioning that, Dan. The under seems like a logical play. Dan, did you pull the trigger on the under, team total under for the Charlotte Hornets? Sammy B is on Curry over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Spencer Penny G says hitting that under 2, and he did. Did you get that at 98.5? Glenn Elliott, man, let us know what you're going to pull the trigger on. We are very interested. 98.5. Gerald Jones says it's so low. Let's take another look at what the pace has been in the last 5 games. Yeah, Dan, you're right. It has not moved. It has not moved all day. Nuggets pace last 5, 21st in the NBA. Hornets pace last 5, 29th in the NBA. Sammy B says almost too low, but not afraid. Spencer Penny G, not afraid. Dylan Turner says, I think he's on a minutes restriction. We do know that. It's 24 to 28 minutes. 24 to 28 minutes. All right. ASDF, yeah, we have a ton of looks in NHL, and we will go over them shortly. Sweaty Butcher says, I got 101, 102 Hornets with my numbers earlier. Yes, Dylan Turner, we've been told, confirmed from Coach Kerr that it's 24 to 28 minutes. 24 to 28 minutes. And Wyatt has the over. Denver team total at 108.5. Akira coming in with his action. Akira coming off a winner yesterday. Going to copy and paste this right now. Houston Rockets money line is the play of the day. Also, Houston Clippers under 237. Denver first half -5.5. Pens 3-way money line. Wild money line. Tampa Bay Kings over 6.5. Wow. I'm keeping things a little tight tonight. All right, I'm still hesitant to make a move. We still have time. 41 minutes before the witching hour. That's the only game that pops off at 7. Let's start looking at these other games. I took the Clippers money line, and in all honesty, I don't love. Oh yeah, Tampa Bay Kings. He can't be Tampa Bay Kings. He means Leafs Kings. Sorry, he meant to write Toronto Kings. He just meant, it's just the Toronto Kings is what he meant to say. Akira on the over 6.5 because we know we're making moves on that under. Ulysses Hay saying that over 6.5 is too much in the Kings game. Ron Lofton got that total at 236. Let's talk about what we're dealing with. So almost all the books have come around and given the Clippers the favorite, but it's basically a pick 'em. This total is back down to 236.5. Wow. So a lot of movement on this Clippers Rockets total. Andrew G says Rockets are way too flaky for me. I took Clippers money line. So did I. Sweaty Butcher says Raptors are 0-5 against the spread this season as a road favorite of 5 or more against a team with a lower winning percentage. Sweaty Butcher giving us the goods all day. Great stuff. Reese says Houston plays to the level of their competition. Reese saying it would be Hornets or nothing for me. 10 is too much. Guys, so Jay Money came on the morning show and he was just bullish about backing the Nuggets. Bullish. There's Cole Leone in the house. Thank you for joining us. I pulled the trigger on the Clippers. Ulysses Hayes saying he likes the Clippers. I'm going to be watching this game very closely. I'll be watching this game extremely closely. Cole Leone back to Nuggets -10. God, Jokic had some strange remarks. I mean, Malone's remarks were straight and narrow. He needs them to step up. Colf Coleon on the Clippers in the over. That means we got our guy Colf Coleon and Lamont Williams on the over. Ray Williams saying refs are a big factor in Houston tonight. Dylan Turner back in the Nuggets. And yes, Leonard Porch, J Money did a trifecta with the Nuggets. First quarter, first half, and full game. Yes, Mark Hunkefer, UConn. No, it wasn't money line, though. It was UConn +2. I believe he got even 2.5 because Bovada was hanging at 2.5. So I do believe he got 2.5. Dylan Turner, spicy Nuggets, 10-piece tonight. Kobe Williams in now. It's great to see you, Kobe. Thank you for joining us. Says I got Houston big tonight. Yeah, the longer I sat with that bet all day, sort of the more uncomfortable I was getting with it. There's Jay Yim in the house. Thank you for joining us. Killer B says, Clippers should be priced at -125. They might lose, but I still like the current odds. And T-Mark's liking the Kings -5. We're going to talk about that. Alexis Santiago in the house. Thank you for joining us. Alexis says, Clippers are playing on a different level since the break. They're making a point. I love the Clippers. AM says, do we have a Spidey play of the day? Yes, we do. Yes, we do, and I will share it with you right now. Jared Bessie says, I'm on the Clips, but not feeling too great. Bet a bit too big. I got 150, and I don't know how. For some reason, throughout the day, I started questioning it. Kevin Riley is up with Clippers -1 and the under 236.5. Wow, okay. Prince of the City coming in. Match going off at 4 a.m. It's a good time for guys to get who feel like they need a little more action. It says line's already reversed to the dog being the favorite. Wow. Van Uytvanck at -120. Van is the best on this surface. All right, Prince of the City, copying and pasting that right now. Jonathan Young saying not betting against a healthy Clippers team. It's not that I would take the Rockets. It's not like I just feel like I just want to sit back and watch this game. Dylan Turner saying just wait for Houston to go down by 6 or so and take the +160 or so on the money line. Give you both sides. I feel you there. That's something that Dan Kelly's been doing with great success. Blonde Bomber in the house. Love it. Blonde Bomber, thank you for joining us. And it does feel that way. It does feel that way. Killer B says, do you ever bet games live in play? Well, with my local, we're not allowed any live play. So, I need to have a healthy account to make live play action. Now, I have money in a couple accounts, but having a 25% in and out every Friday, as I do with my guy, allows me to bet out of my tax bracket. If you think about how much money I'm bringing in and my unit size is $200, I wouldn't be able to do that if it wasn't 25% in and out every Friday. So now, when I go out with some buddies to watch a game together, I put money into the live play into my account so that I can live play. As I said, my bookie doesn't allow it. And the icon is going to tail that action. Prince, respect. Ty Clinton says if Graham doesn't go, Nuggets smash under is the play. I think Devontae Graham's going to play. I think that Devontae Graham is going to play. All right, I'm on the Clippers, and I'm not bullish about it. But I'm on it. All right, let's keep rolling because we got to get into college basketball. There's some 7 o'clock games that I want to possibly make moves on. Flipper 13 says 25% in and out is a sweet deal. Sign me up, brother. I would, but it's a Canadian currency. Like it's when you can't bring the Americans in because the email transfers and all that shit. It gets a little. Unless you wanted me to handle your account. Then I guess we could talk. All right, let's get to work and keep rolling here. We're going to move over to the Sixers-Kings game. Very interesting look on Shake Milton. Sammy B says you need a better local. I've been with this guy for a long, long time, and comfort is a nice thing, and I fear change. But Sammy, we'll talk about this on Monday at the poker table. A poker table I will not be drinking at. Flip 13 says, hit me up off show if you want. Sammy B says, love my live lines. I mean, Sammy B, let's talk about this on Monday. Yeah, Flip. We can talk. Flip, I got you forever, man. We can, no problem there. Okay, let's talk about this Sixers spot and see if we've seen any market movements. There's G-Sauce in the house. 3-piece extra sauce special. Portland State -5, Oregon State -1, and Memphis -1. There we go. Copy and paste that. All right. The Sixers are a tricky cap right now. No Jay Rich. There's Yella Hammered. The boys are coming together. Alexis Santiago like in the Sixers plus 5.5. And says Sacramento at 5.5 is not their role. I agree with that. But they seem to be, they're playing good basketball. It's De'Aaron Fox. He's the one, you know what? I just have to legitimize this play here very quickly for record-keeping purposes on Twitter. Let me just grab this Nebraska. Oh, no, okay, there we go. Okay, how are we going to handle this spot here? I've only got one move in NBA, and I don't mind keeping it light. I don't need to force action after such a spectacular day, and maybe we can add some college basketball plays to give me to scratch that itch. Kings 6-1 since the All-Star break, playing good basketball. Bogdan Bogdanovic rolling, De'Aaron Fox rolling. Sixers have lost 3 of their last 4 games, 4 of their last 6. No Embiid, no Simmons, no Richardson. What do you guys think of this look? Wow, Mr. 508 says Denver 9.5. Is Denver 9.5? Pauly C saying Tobias Harris eats tonight. Dylan Turner. The ticker can't handle it. I was having some hot flashes. This morning. I took a late shower. And then I was so pumped up off our winning night. Next thing you know, I was a mess. Sweating buckets. I'm sweating right now. See, the thing is, I have to close all the windows to ensure. That you don't hear nonstop sirens and crack whores. This is Parkdale, man. It's Parkdale. Wow. Jason Roy says if Graham wins, Denver wins by 15 plus. Randy Lockhart says Jay Money's Wendy's crispy play the day is the Nuggets. Mark Hunker liking Army minus 3.5. Sharp money in the house. Thank you for joining us. Sharp money ready to get to work. Gerald Jones says 76ers over first half every game without Embiid. 10 NBA games tomorrow. Sorry. And it went back up to 10 real quick. Nice job getting it at 9.5, man. Nice job getting it at 9.5. Respect. Nebraska starting point guard out. I like hearing that. Robert Kahn says the whole thing sucks today. I'm fine with this card. I have no problems with this card. Kobe Williams says, how can you back Philly? They're so awful. 8-22 on the road. Glenn Elliott, man, giving us the goods there. I do. Thank you, Alice M. And are you referring to how sweaty I looked on the morning show, or my Nebraska team total over right now? But thank you for joining us, Alice. Okay, we've got to make moves. We've got to speed everything up a little bit here. This Sixers-Kings game is a little uncomforting. Do we want to back? I think that look on Shake over 15.5 points. Who gave it to us? Somebody gave it to us. Let me grab it right now. The Shake Milton over 15.5 points. Let me find it very quickly here. It's right coming up. I know it's coming up. There. King Weasel gave it to us. There he is. Shake over 15.5 is the Weasel play. Weasel play today. Shake Milton over 15.5 points. I think it's a very interesting look. Sharp Money says take the Kings and ride. I like both those looks. I like Sacramento to take care of business here. They're playing good basketball. And Alice says, yes, way too red this morning. Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, Alice. And I was way too red. I couldn't stop looking over at the screen because I was like, man. Mark Unkerfurt going to make Army minus 3.5 his play today. Let me get that right now. All right. Here we go. Copy and paste that right now. Okay. I'm interested in both those looks here. I just want to quickly, I know there's so much of multitasking that has to get done here on the show. I'm interested in Shake, and I'm interested in the Sacramento Kings this evening. Shake's going to have the ball in his hands for all of the offense all night. Kevin Riley giving us that minus 5.5 for Sacramento, 56% winning rate. Shake Milton coming off a tough game against the Lakers. Does he step up here? 39 points against the Clippers. I think it's a good spot. And Devontae Graham will play tonight. I love it, Brandon Lugo. Thank you for that information. Let's see if we get any changing here. The total's going up right away. So as soon as Devontae Graham announced, we have 208s now on the board, 3 of these books. 208s on the board. And Wyatt saying Jokic over 22 points. Easy money. Keep sleeping on Jokic. I want to talk Stanford. Okay, sorry, you guys. Nilo liking Clippers first half, and Nuggets played them as second real estate parlay. Oh, we got the second real estate parlay in from Nilo. After hitting on the first real estate parlay, we have another one. Let me copy and paste that. All right, I'm going to all right, let's see what Sweaty Butcher has for statistical information. I've been sitting on this for a little too long, and thank you guys for your patience with me. Sixers 3-9-1 over under since November on the road against teams with a lower winning percentage. Kings 5-12-1 towards the under as home faves of 5 or more this season. Sacramento is down to 5 now. We got 5s across the board. I think Sacramento can cover this 5. I think Tobias Harris can have a big game, and Sacramento can still cover this 5. I think Sacramento's going to cover this 5, and I'm going to pull the trigger here. I'm going to pull the trigger on 2 spots. I'm going to roll with the Weasel play of the day. Weasel play of the day cashed yesterday. Oh, shit. Tell me this game does. Okay, good. We got lots of time. Of course, Sacramento. What the hell am I thinking? All right. I'm making moves here. I'm making additions here. I'm going to take Sacramento -5 and -105. Kings -5, -105. I mean, how good do they look in that first half against the Wizards? And, you're up by 30 points. I don't know. You play tiddlywinks in the fucking dressing room at halftime, and then you come out sloppy and playing bad, and then get your shit together in fourth quarter. Sammy B on Sacramento -5 and the over 218. Ronnie Lockhart, my guy, Randy Lockhart, backing this look. Thank you, Randy. My guy, RL. But I'm also going to take Shake. I really like this idea. He goes for a career high, 39 points, and then he goes and plays against the Lakers, his dream, right, in the arena he wants to be playing in, and he has a bad night, goes for 12 points. Now he's in Sacramento. You go up to Northern California. The pressure's off. You're going to have the ball in your hands. I'm backing my guy, the Weasel. Oh, I don't even know what I'm getting here. Let me quickly get let me see. Get a player prop here. Well, this is exciting. I was hoping that I could find an addition that I didn't force. This is exciting. Sacramento Kings. Let's go right now. Player props. Show me a 15.5 on Shake, and that's what I'm getting. Juice to the under. It doesn't matter. We ate on the Vucevic unders, and that was juice to the over. And Nilo letting me know it's over 15.5 at -115. Wyatt says, tailing that Shake pick. Dan Kelly says, Jimmy, if you like the way Sack looked in the first half versus Wizards, then take him first half here or middle at halftime. I'm not on it. Dan, I think that when you have a situation like that you don't let that happen to you twice in a row. Do I trust Walton as a coach? No. But I think you can learn a lesson from that. And clearly the Kings are playing good basketball. Jason Roy says, take the Nuggets -10 coming off that terrible loss to the Warriors. Nuggets smash. Everybody's on it, and I want everybody to win it. But I'm not going to go on it. I'm going to take Shake Milton here. Over 15.5 points. -115. All right, I like it. All right, let's roll. Dan Krug says, I took the Tank +2.5 this morning. Flyers in regulation and Southern -3. That's our guy, Dan Krug. Copy and paste that. All right, let's get to college basketball quickly. We have one more game on the docket in NBA, and God, I want to talk about this game forever. All right, Raptors-Warriors. Raptors-Warriors. Let's talk about this right now. And that Nebraska game is off. Nebraska has 2 points. Maybe I should have doubled up. Nebraska has 2 points early. Let's go. 2 points in the first 2 minutes and 41 seconds. I need that money. Okay. Let's talk about this spot. Man, is it going to be fun. All eyes in America will be on this Raptors-Warriors spot. The Raptors open up at -8. Their first half is -4. Look at Ray Williams like Warriors +9. First half was -4 on the late show. I hummed and hawed about pulling the trigger. Dan Kelly is on it. I should have pulled the trigger. Now we have 9s across the board, and that first half is moved from the -4. No, there's still there's 4.5s. There's 4.5s. Daryl Rice says, just seems like Raptors should blow them out in the second half. Alexis Santiago says Toronto first half -4 is money. Dylan Turner doesn't like the Raps full game. We still don't know about Draymond Green in this spot. Gerald Jones says, who's in for Toronto? I mean, we were waiting. There's so much player information that we still have yet to receive here with the Raptors. Let's see if I can get any more Raptors information here. Nothing on the headlines. Let's go right to it. Let's start with the bigs. Now, my guess is that Gasol and Ibaka would not be in the lineup. And it's still questionable. We're still just waiting. You know, there's still so many pieces to this puzzle. Jason Roy saying Warriors going down to +9. Warriors an active dog tonight. Ray Williams says, watch that first half first. Kerr said Curry will be closing quarters. Interesting. Not applicable says, can the Raptors shit the bed? I don't want to hear that, but he's right. All right, we're just not getting information on the Raptors injuries yet. I don't know if Draymond Green's going to be in the lineup. And I don't want to just sit here and, play make-believe and dream. I want to know what's going on with these players before I can make a sound decision. I respect the cappers who got in early on the Raptors first half. I respect it a great deal. Nilo said Raptors are all on game time decisions. 420 Fuego going up against these guys who are bullish on the Nuggets. Oh, nice job, Sweaty Butcher. Look, I was on the Warriors +5.5 first quarter. That took some sack of me to make a move there. Reese says, I'm about to take Hornets +10. Everybody's on the Nuggets. Hornets beat the Raptors, played Bucks tough. Nuggets just lost to the Warriors. Sharp Money says, hey, my guy Daryl is lighting it up at the moment, daily. Daryl Rice is smashing it. Daryl Rice is a huge addition to our team. And Dan Kelly making a move on the Golden State team, total under 108.5. Oh, I like it, Dan. I'm going to wait. I've got lots of time to make those decisions. Let's move into NCAA basketball right now. We have 22 minutes before the witching hour. 22 minutes before the witching hour. Let's get after it right now. Daryl Rice, you deserve the love, man. We've all been watching you eat here, and we love it. Okay, let's focus on these games that are popping off at 7 o'clock. As you guys know, I took the Nebraska team total under 66.5. They have 4 points in the first 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Let's keep rolling. God, feels good. All right, let's talk about these 7 o'clock spots. One of them is the Houston, Connecticut game. So Houston is a good basketball team, but UConn's getting right at the right time. Would I have made this bet if the taint wasn't on it? I'm not sure. They looked very good against a weak East Carolina team that was in East Carolina, winning 84-63. They've won 6 of 8. They're playing good basketball. It's senior night. Christian Vital's been such a monster for this team, coming off 27 points in that road win over Eastern Carolina. They beat them by 21 points. They've lost 4 straight games to ranked opponents. They did beat number 15 Florida this year, 62-59. Houston needs to win. They're tied with Tulsa right now. But Houston beat UConn by the slimmest of margins earlier in the year. UConn shot 36.4%. They shot 4-16 from 3. They can be better. Houston coming off a big win over Cincinnati. Houston's a good basketball team. Glenn Elliott Man says Houston, UConn looks tight. Joe and Easy, Clippers -1 work play today. Oh, that makes me feel good. Gonna copy and paste. Joey and Easy's work play today, back in business. So, would I have made the move if it wasn't a taint play today? Probably not. Not that I would have been on the other side. Kevin Riley's on the other side with Houston -2. Robert Allen's actions in. Grambling State -3 and San Diego +3 are his plays of the day. Ulysses Hayes says Houston can upset UConn. It's not an upset when you're the favorite. I mean, it's barely a favorite, but they are a slight favorite. All right, let's start rolling down the card. I'm going to save the Pac-12 games. I would like to talk about this California-Oregon spot quite badly. We also have Wichita State-Memphis. I want to talk about that. Lipscomb-North Florida. Does Lipscomb-North Florida start? When does that start? Let me move over to NCAA basketball because I believe this is a 7 o'clock start that starts in 19 minutes. There's Sherry Dickerman in the house. Thank you for joining us, Sherry. Lotus Scalper talking about arbing this game live. Nebraska has 6 points in the first 5 minutes. A couple lucky buckets by them. They could be back in this. All right, let's talk about this spot. I did want to cap the Stetson Liberty game, but Liberty's such big favorites. Lipscomb, North Florida, I found extremely interesting. ASUN Championship semifinal. So all the games are being played all the ASUN tourney games are being played at North Florida's campus right now. Lipscomb coming off a 68-63 win over 6-seeded Florida Gulf Coast on Tuesday night. So Asan Asadullah comes off huge, right? He goes bananas. He goes for 40 and 14. He's a monster. But this is a road game for Lipscomb. Bill McHugh says good call so far on Nebraska. Dan Krug says North Florida is a quality club, better than their record. And they're big favorites in this game. And they barely got by Jacksonville, 91-88. Nilo letting us know that Max is on Stetson plus 16. Very, very interesting. There's our guy, Boston Nick, in the house. Mr. Fat Fist joining us. Thank you for joining us, Nick. Respect. Jason Roy says UConn revenge spot. I love it. Jason Roy is with us on the team play of the day. Boston Nick, thank you for joining us, my man. Put a little Canadian club in my cup to celebrate this Thursday evening show. Viper MB says I'm on the Tane as per usual. I get it. All right. Walla Walla Dos letting us know that the books are starting to move that number. So there's 17 minutes, but more because it's an NBA game. Nice. Boston Nick opening up is Miller now. Respect. Boston Nick. So these guys have played each other twice, right? Bison's beat North Florida 85-73 at home. Then they go on the road, lose 82-74. I think this is too many points. I think Lipscomb can stay in this game. North Florida 8-2 against their spread in the last 10 games, 9-4 against the spread at home so far this season. There's a lot of people who were turned off by the 91-88 win over Jacksonville in the quarters. But I find in a short tournament like this at home, sometimes it's really good to squeak by one game. And once you squeak by a game, maybe win a game that you didn't fully deserve, you relax a little bit and step up in a big way. I got you, Boston Nick. I will recap for sure, homie. Nilo liking North Florida. I'm not going to take them a -7.5 or -8. I tell you that much. Robert Allen says North Florida is at home. All of these ASUN games are being played at their campus. All of their games. Lipscomb 7-9 against the spread on the road so far this season. Thank you, my man. Usama in the house. Usama Chumi. Thank you, homie. Thank you for joining us. Watching Betting with the Bag late show here. We got 15 minutes before the witching hour, and we got to talk more about these NCAA basketball games. Reese says, what do you think about American -5? I didn't spend enough time on that game, and I don't feel like my NCAA analysis is as good as a lot of the cappers in our chat. So I think it's best, Reese, to ask the guys in the chat what they think about American -5. Nilo did jump in on North Florida -8. I don't know, Nick. I can't trust the Panthers offense for anything. I can't trust them for anything. Viper NB is on American -5. Is on American -5. And Nilo says American 2. That's another Max play. So Max is on American as well. And Daryl Lyle's talking about the Washington, Arizona under. Why don't we move over to a little pack? Actually, let's talk Wichita State, Memphis. Let's talk Wichita State, Memphis and see what we're dealing with here. Let's talk. Robert Allen asking me if I like Lafayette +3 tonight. I didn't cap the game as much as I'd want to. I feel like I need to. When it comes to NBA and NHL, I really want to direct you into spots, and I trust what I'm saying. In NCAA basketball, I think that the chat is sharper than I am. So if the chat wants to talk about this Lafayette Army spot, Army opens up at -1, is now at -3. We had a lot of cappers come in on the early show talking Army. Let me see if I can grab some of these guys for you. But we had guys giving us Army as a play of the day. Let me see if I can pull it off quickly for you. We only have 14 minutes before 7. Eddie Euler on Santa Clara -7, by the way. Brooke Jordan on Texas Southern +4, excuse me. I know there was an Army in here, but I don't want to spend too much time looking at all this action, so I'm going to keep rolling. Jimmy Stain, Raptors 25-12 against the spread. 1 day rest. Best in NBA. Interesting. And the morning guys liked American at -5. Boston, Nick, I'm on the Pens. I'm on the Pens in a big way. I am on the Pens in a big way. All right. So let's talk about this spot, and then we'll move into the pack. Let's talk about Wichita State, Memphis, and see what we are dealing with. This is going to be a very, very exciting game. Let me make sure I can find it fast. Let me just go to this here quickly. Memphis opens up as 1.5-point favorites. That's where they stand now. They are 2-point favorites at some books. And Gerald Jones on Grambling -3, parlayed with UC Davis -2. All right, let's. This total opened up at 136.5 and is now at 137. It's beautiful, Nick. That's exactly what I did. Exactly what I did. All right. Wichita State 10-6 in the American. Memphis 9-7. Since the 67-64 loss at Cincinnati, the Shockers have won 2 straight. So they win 72-69 at home over Temple, then a 66-62 win on Sunday at SMU. They're 15-6-1 against the spread in their last 22 road games. They're 4-1-1 against the spread in their last 6 overall, and these games have all been going under. Memphis games have been going under. Wichita State games are going under, especially on the road. Wichita is 7-0 to the under in their last 7 road games. Memphis coming off 74-67 road win at Tulane. They're 7-3 in their last 10 overall, 6-1 in their last 7 versus a team with a winning straight-up record. The last time these teams met up, January 9th. Wichita wins 76-67 at home. When I looked at this game, I guess this number is just too sharp at 137. I guess it's just too sharp. But I expect Wichita State to play very strong defensively. If any of you guys are making moves on Wichita State, I would love to know, especially on the under, because that's the look I want to make. It's a pretty sharp line at 137. I was hoping for a 140. Glenn Elliott Man says Wichita, Memphis lean under 137, but it is already low. I feel you. Nilo says, I got to show some houses. Wish me luck. Nilo, go get that cake. Great job. Your action this morning was so sharp. Congratulations on catching again. And good luck on the real estate parlay after a nice winner yesterday. Much love to our guy, Nilo. Go get it. Robert Allen says, Wichita State game under should be the safest bet in that game. Boston Nick going for the Grand Salami under. Another Pickle says, Flyers clogged the toilet tonight. Streak comes to an end. I hope so. Jim Rome's a douche, big great friend and great capper and big part of our show. And I know he's a big Flyers guy, and I don't mean offense to you, but I need Carolina to get in the playoffs. Wow. Sag has Wichita, Memphis at 132.97. Nuggets dropping to -9 now. That's what we talked about. Nonstop. Boston Nick says, wow, I like Dallas tonight. I'm making a move on Nashville stepping up after the tornado. Maybe it's ridiculous. And when I say it out loud, I'm like, God, is this just a dumb play? But I didn't have the balls to do full unit bets. I made 3/4 bets on Nashville first period, Nashville full game. David Hutton says, my numbers say Memphis -2. David Hutton, what's your numbers say on the total? Wichita State games have just been going under. On the road, 7 straight to the under. Opens up at 136.5 up to 137, 137.5. Gerald Jones says Memphis 6 straight unders, first half on under, first half in full game. We don't need to rush this. The rest of the games we're going to talk about right now. Look, did I add? No, I haven't added any 7 o'clock action, so I've got nothing to worry about. Kill a B like in the over 5.5 in the Penguins game, and David Hutton says no totals. Only do spreads in college basketball. I respect David Hutton. Do what works. You've been in the game for a long time. And we love having you. Lenny Jean-Louis in the house. Oh, and 64% is Kevin Riley's numbers on Memphis -1.5. I'm going to copy and paste that. King Weasel says the tornado might be a distraction. I don't think these things are a distraction. And Dan Kelly talked about it on the morning show. He said the reason why these things seem to help the home teams is because they get on the ice and that's where they can focus. Because when they're outside of the arena, it's all nonstop tornado. Not applicable with me. I like that. Okay, I'm not going to double up. I don't have the balls to double up on this game, but I'm going to make an addition here. This total has gone up a point, and I'm going to try to get under it. Wichita State, Memphis, under 137.5. What's the best juice I can get here? Okay, sorry, I'm going to have to move over to totals here. All right, I got some additions on the show. It makes me excited. Nebraska, 10 points right now. But 11:51 left. God, I should have doubled up there. Johnny Valdez in the house says, hi, Jimmy. Hope you catch on the Celtics. Johnny, no. And, wow, Reese says Hornets team total now at 100. I agree, Leonard. I'm completely with you. And UConn moved to 1. I don't like that. Reese, I haven't pulled the trigger yet. Daniel Kruger, thank you for joining us. Glenlight Man says, Jimmy, do you generally lean home teams in these final home games on senior night? In all honesty, I guess I generally lead towards the under. Because for whatever reason, there's more emotion. That doesn't necessarily mean more offense, but it means more intensity. Now, I hate saying things like that when I don't have numbers to prove it, so take it for what it's worth. Not applicable says I don't see Dallas playing hard, a lot of dog in them. 56 to the under. All right, I'm going to pull the trigger here, and we've got time to make this bet. I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm getting under. So Pinnacle's already at 137, so we're getting the extra half point at all the books, and the ones that I'm using, Bet365 is what I'm using. Under 137.5. The best line we can get is minus 107. Minus 107, that's at 5 dimes. I'm locking it in. Under 137, minus 107. Johnny Valdez says Hornets can cover 12 points. If they play fast in the first half, they can cover. I agree. I don't know where you're getting the 12 is a little more than I think it's going to be. But I feel you. All right. We've added a play. Let's move over to the pack and then put a bow on this. We're 6 minutes away from the witching hour. I want to talk about California, Oregon. I have some interest in Washington. I'm curious what you guys think about the Washington State game. But let's start with Stanford. Let's start with Stanford, Oregon State. Stanford is playing very good basketball. They're a bubble team. They need this win very badly. This is a nice degenerate special for late tonight. Do we want to pull the trigger on Stanford? Let's see what we're dealing with. Let me just find this very quickly by going like this. Stanford, Oregon State. This total opened up at 133. It's now 133.5. Let's see what we're talking about. Spreads and totals. Glenn Elliott Man says, I'd like Stanford +2 at Penny. Let's see what we're dealing with. All right. Stanford, Oregon State opens up as a pick'em. A market move towards Oregon State. Beavers coming off their 4th straight loss. You know, mother-in-law hour. Oregon State looked like they were going to have an okay season first half of the year, and things have fallen apart. They went into Stanford and beat them 68-63. But Stanford has come together. The thing that's holding me back right now, Gerald Jones, thank you so much for sharing all your hard work with us. You have a great night tonight. I've got your action copied and pasted, and I will be cheering for you, my man. Glenn Man says home court in Stanford worries me slightly, but Stanford has been playing better ball. Wyatt, Stanford is a lean. Coming off their 4th straight win. It was a nice one. 72-64 over Colorado. They were two-point favorites there. It wasn't an upset. But it was over the 21st ranked at the time, Colorado. And they needed that win to be a bubble team, and they need this win to get in. Yes, you do, Boston Nick. Yes, you do. And I'm going to reach out to her, get her over here for the show. Stanford limiting opponents to 61.7 points. That's 11th in the country. The only thing, and you know what? I think I'm actually going to stay off this. And the reason is The reason why, why are all the Sharps on the Sabres tonight? They're all on the Sabres because the Sabres went on that 4-game road trip and were terrible, and now they come home. And it's a situation I like backing teams to. Oregon State, 5-11 in the Pac-12. They're playing so badly, but that was a really tough 3-game trip. They've lost 4 straight. Let's go over their losses. So they lose to Colorado by 22 points at home. They go on the road. They lose by 26 at Arizona, by 1 point at Arizona State. And last week, they lose 69-54 there at Oregon. You know, the Pac-12 and football is something that always gets me right in the drink hole. Lenny Jean-Louis, much love to you, my friend. Get that cake tonight. Let's go for 2 great nights in a row. Makes me hesitant because Oregon State is going to feel so much better at home. Stanford has revenge. They need this win so badly. They're a better basketball team. Dan Krug says Sharps on Sabres because they own the Penguins recently. Oregon State looked tough for ASU. I would pass. Sure, they look tough against Arizona State, but they look terrible at Oregon. I don't need to reach. I especially don't need to reach in the Pac-12. This is the one I wanted to make. This is the move I wanted to make with Stanford. Is this a wake-up call for Stanford? It might be. They're not that good. But they were looking very good at home. Let's just take a very quick look at Stanford. Nebraska got a quick 10 more points. Damn, I don't like seeing that. God, that was a fast 10 points. What? Nebraska got 10 points in what? 3.5 minutes? Ugh. All right, I'm going to take a quick look at what Stanford – oh, no, and they just scored again? Okay, that's fine. I didn't take the first half. Kevin Riley says Stanford, Oregon. Stanford, Oregon State over, says our Kevin Riley. All right, let's just see what we're dealing with in this spot here. Let's take a quick look at what Stanford has done on the road. And I'm leaning towards not making a move here. Michigan, start playing some defense. Brandon Lugo going to hit the bar. Respect Brandon Lugo. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, I need to we're going to talk about 2 more Pac games and then call it. Dan Krug says Stanford, since they put that guard in the lineup, shooting much better from 3. They are. And loving this Drake under spot. Oh, sorry. Let me move here quickly. Division 1. All right, bring it. Stanford's last 5 road games. I would like to take a look at Stanford's last 5 road games, and then we will make a decision, a thoughtful decision where we are not reaching. That is the key. There's no need to reach here. I got enough action tonight. I've added the Kings -5. I added Shake. That all makes me feel very good. Let's take a quick look at what Stanford is. Last 5 games on the road. Is Pritchard going to step up in a giant way here on senior night? That's what scares me. All right, last 5 road games. They go into Washington State. They beat them up 75-57. They go into Washington. They beat them 72-64. They lose at Colorado 81-74. They lose at Utah 64-56. And they lose at Cal right when Cal started turning it around. The icon says this. Shake guy came out of nowhere. If Stanford's going to make their run right now, Stanford is going to make their run right now, but we've seen the market move go towards Oregon State, and I'm going to stay off the game. I have enough action. I'm going to stay off Stanford, Oregon State. I'm going to watch it closely. All right, let's talk about another interesting spot here. Let's talk Cal, Oregon. 7-9 in the conference. California, Oregon, 11-5 in the conference. Oregon, a nice basketball team right now. Nice basketball team right now. All right, let's see what we're dealing with in this Cal-Oregon spot. Both teams playing better basketball of late, especially the Bears. Where is California? California, Oregon. So Oregon opens up at -15.5. They're now -15 across the board. It feels like too many points. And David Hutton says, agree, Jimmy, on Stanford line is correct. No need. Pablo Escobar in the house, thank you for joining us. Reese says, I'm out, Jimmy. Much love and respect, brother. See you tomorrow, my man. Reese, thank you for sharing all your hard work with us. I've got all your plays copied and pasted. I'm going to share them with everybody right now. We have passed the witching hour. These shows are getting longer. But hey, It's our show now. It's our show now. It's your show now. Whatever you guys want. California, Oregon. All right. Is California at plus 15 a move we want to make? Oregon getting ready to win the conference title. They have 2 games left to ensure that they share it. They're both at home. They're 15-0 this season. Alejandro Sotelo, thank you for the love, my man. Thank you for joining us. Another Pickle says the IQ is getting smaller. I love working with you. And we had a long early show today, a long late show. I'm just thankful to be able to roll with you guys. Oregon coming off their second straight win, 69-54 over Oregon State. We just talked about it. Oregon barely got by California and Berkeley. And Oregon doesn't have Chris Duarte anymore because he's got the hand surgery. He's going to be coming back. Pablo Escobar says no balls, no black chips. Look, I've got lots of action tonight, Pablo. And thank you for the love. Rexdale's finest in the house. My guy, N. Says, love all you Cappers, my guy, N. Thank you for joining us. Coco Bongo says, I'm on Cal plus 15.5, but I'm stinky at NCAA. Look, Coco, I can understand why you'd find Cal appealing here. Cal's won 3 of 4. So they have a 4-game losing streak. Then they win 3 of 4. One of those 3 victories was a beatdown of Colorado at home. That was just, last week, February 27th. They're coming off an 86-79 win at home over Utah on Saturday. Cal hasn't won in Eugene since January 9th, 2014. Alejandro says, you talk about Rockets, Clippers. Yeah, we hammered that. We beat that up. Killer B says, I keep thinking Freddie's going to come and disrupt you with his volleyball plays. That would make me so happy. He was a very fun guy to work with. He was a very fun guy, Freddie Fortune. Cal needs to win either Oregon or Oregon State to clinch that number 8 seed. It just feels like too many points. Cal is playing good basketball right now. Pablo Escobar saying Pharrell likes Cal. Kevin Riley saying look at Santa Clara minus 7.5. Jonathan Roden coming in with his parlay of the night. Illinois plus 5.5. UConn first half minus 0.5. Cal plus 15. And the Spicy Nuggets minus 9. Thank you for sharing that with us, Jonathan. I will copy and paste it. William Rodriguez wants to talk about Arizona State versus Washington. Let's talk about it. 60 to 658. I like it. Viper says I smell another monster night. God, it's just Woof. God, I needed last night so badly. I don't know how. Look, my voice just broke talking about it. I like that you're on it, Jonathan. I think that Cal plus 15 is value. Cal's just playing better basketball right now. They're looking at that number 8 seed. Why can't they keep this within 15? I thought I was going to make a move on Stanford. It's fine. I didn't. But I'm going to make a move on Cal right now. Little late game special for me. Illinois, Ohio State just popped off. Shit, did we not break down that game? The hell am I doing? Oh, my gosh. There's Illinois, Ohio State. The hell am I doing? That was the game I wanted to talk about the most. 23-ranked Illinois versus Ohio State. Maybe we can in-play it. I know you guys probably got other stuff to do, but maybe we can in-play it. Okay, I'm going to make a move on Cal right now. How did I not get to Illinois? I guess I got so caught up in talking about that Connecticut game. All right, I'm going to make a move here on Cal. Going to make a move here on Cal. Plus 15. Is there a 15.5? Do I hear 15.5? Nope. Plus 15 at minus 102 from 5 dimes. Pac is a scary conference to make moves in, but I'm going to make moves. Here we go. California, plus 15. Minus 102. Lock it in. Lock it in. Not applicable says deodorant. Oh, am I sweating again? Yeah. It's hot in here, man. Hot in here. Boston Nick respect says, I'm here until you decide to end the stream. I think we all are. Respect. William Rodriguez wants thoughts on Arizona, Washington. Why don't we close up on that game? Close up on that game right now. And I did take a good look at it. And I wanted to make a move on Washington. Let's pull it out. Washington's just been such a giant disappointment. Washington, Arizona State. Washington opening up at plus 6, now plus 5.5. Losing Quad Green broke my heart. Seeing how they've completely fallen apart has just been shocking. You know, this team has nothing to play for. And I don't know who has given up for the Huskies. I mean, I had so much hope with Quad Green this year. It just feels like so long ago we were looking at Brandon Roy and Nate Robinson. The Huskies were my team. Leonard Porsche says, I hit a 3-team money line yesterday plus 300, but not the norm. Do you got my pen and paper? We'll be taking all these live if the number is right. Respect, Leonard. Respect, Leonard Porsche. I think that the Huskies are playing a little bit better, but I don't know who's given up on that team. And I found this number very appealing for a while, and the market's moved towards them. It opened at +6. It's now +5.5. Let's see what this total is very quickly here. Kevin Riley says Arizona State -5.5 is a winner. I would trust Arizona State is something to play for. Washington is about done here. And without following the team as close as I'd like to, I don't know who's given up. This total opened up at 142.5. It's up to 144.5 at Pinnacle, 145.5 at Bookmaker. What a terrible disappointment these assholes have been. If my guy Kevin Riley likes Arizona State -5.5, he should be the one to lead you here. You'd have to believe, you'd have to be reading what the beat reporters are saying about Washington and what the players are saying to those beat reporters to trust them in this spot. Because it feels to me like they want this season over as soon as possible and they want to move and build towards next year. So if Kevin Riley's on Arizona State -5.5, I believe that is the move to make. But I'm going to stay off. All right, let's go over, let's review everybody's action and go over my action and then get that cash. I've got to add a few bets here coming up in a second. I can't believe I didn't get to the Illinois game. That was the only game I wanted to talk about. All right, let's get this off the screen. And Boston Nick took it. Beautiful. Grand Salami. Oh, Grand Salami on there. I feel you. All right, and let's just take one last look. Nebraska had 22 points. Good. They stopped scoring. 3:15 left. We have a 6-6 spot in Illinois, Ohio State. I'll be watching that closely. Lipscomb, Florida. North Florida's opened up at 5s. And Boise State, 3-second lead. God, 3-point lead. 2-point lead with 18 seconds left there. Utes Quad Cap took the Kings -7 and the Nuggets under 208.5. Going to copy and paste that. Dan Krug says, thanks all. Good luck. Thank you, Dan, for sharing your hard work with us. All right, let's go over everybody's action right now. Jonathan Rodin, play of the night. Illinois +5.5. UConn first half -0.5. Cal +15. Spicy Nuggets -9. Lenny Jean-Louis is on Oakland with the points and Grambling with the points. Robert Allen, Grambling State -3, San Diego +3. Those are his plays of the day. Joey works with me on the Clippers. He's on the Clippers -1. I'm on the Clippers money line, but I like that less and less throughout the day. Dan Kelly's making a Golden State look. Team total under 108.5. Much love to you, David Hutton. Thank you so much for joining us. Great to have the team back together over here. And not applicable says not in the prison pocket. Yes. Let's keep our prison pocket safe. All right, let's go back to where Dan Kelly's on. Golden State team total under 108.5. I find that extremely interesting. I did not pull the trigger on the Nuggets game or the Raptors game. I'll be watching it very closely. Dan Krug is on the taint play today. That's UConn +2.5. He's on Flyers in regulation and Southern -3. Pablo Escobar is on Memphis in college going up against the taint play today. And I just copied and pasted Sammy B's on Sacramento -5 over 218. Curry over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Clippers Houston over 236. And that is also Lamont Williams' play of the day. Nilo took the Clippers first half and Nuggets and parlayed them. That's his real estate play. Mark Unkefer took Army -3.5 as his play of the day. G Sauce is on Portland State -5, Oregon State -1, and Memphis -1. Nice to know that Oregon State is there. And I didn't make a move on Stanford. Prince of the City's making a move on Van Uytvanck at minus 120 in tennis. He's coming off a 6-0 day in tennis. Prince of the City is on Van Uytvanck. Akira 04, coming off a nice winner yesterday, is on Rockets money line. That's his play of the day. Rockets money line. He's also on Houston Clippers under 237. We've seen people on both sides of the street there. He's on Nuggets first half minus 5.5 in NHL. He's on the Pens on the three-way money line, Wild money line, Tampa Bay Kings over 6.5. Pink Eye Genie's on New Mexico State minus 10.5, Eastern Washington minus 13.5, and Northern Colorado plus 2. Boston Nick says, put my salami in there. Put my salami in there. What did you get it at? 61.5? Okay, I will get it. Robert Allen taking off. Much love, Robert Allen. Thank you for joining us. And like North Colorado as a dog today. Put my salami in there. Butcher's prime cut from the Sweaty Butcher. Sixers, Kings under 219. Nate Dogg's on a bunch of looks here. Penguins minus 1, Montreal plus 1.5, Boston minus 1, Philadelphia minus 0.5, Minnesota minus 0.5, and the over in Washington and Edmonton. 2 games. Obviously not playing each other. Barry McCockner is on Flyers minus 1, Drake minus 2.5, and the under 135. And cashed with Gardner Webb already. Beautiful. He's on Norfolk State money line, Oakland plus 4, NC A&T plus 5.5. Elena Lynn's on the Jokic player prop, rebounds over 10.5. Rich Kemp is on Southern minus 4.5. Also Illinois State plus 5, Longwood minus 1, Stanford Pick'em, and Washington plus 6. Wow, Rich. The play of the day, Senka, is Connecticut. UConn plus 2.5. But we jumped on the money line. Jimmy Stain got that second half over. Great job, Jimmy Stain. Nice work. Doug Barnhouse is on the Cal Poly Long Beach under 65 first half. Jace Gum took the under in that Houston, Connecticut game. Alex Ramirez, Spidey plays of the day. Philly Flyers money line, Blackhawks money line. Lil J's on the Pens and the under. Elena Lynn, Houston Cougars minus 2, Oregon State minus 1, Memphis minus 1.5. Kareem Walker, our guy Kareem Walker is on Montrezl Harrell over 15.5. Johnny Raff is on Flyers Kings over 6, Penn Sabres over 6, Stars money line, Caps money line. King Weasel play of the day is something I tailed. Shake Milton over 15.5. Viper MB's on American minus 5. Reese is on Sharks money line and under 6. Sharks money line and the Sharks Wild under 6. Boston puck line and under 6. Pens regulation line and over 6 in Flyers Canes. Randy Lockhart is on the Clippers under 238. Spencer Penny G's on Leafs, Wild, Oilers, Pens, moneyline parlay. Yenny Tunes on Penguins minus 1, Hurricanes moneyline, Wild moneyline, Predators moneyline. God, I hope Yenny cashes. Brooke Jordan on Texas Southern plus 4. Eddie Euler on Santa Clara minus 7. Heart and Hands on Clips plus 1. And Viper says Hornets starting off hot. And not applicable. Still pondering if the Raptors shit the bed. Heart and Hands on Clips plus 1. Raptors first half minus half and full game minus 7.5. Nice numbers he got. Well, not for the first half, but for the full game. And Denver first half minus 5.5. Jonathan Rodens on Illinois plus 5.5. Spencer Penningy, Raptors minus 8, under 225.5. Denver minus 10, under 208. Rockets first half minus a half. Clippers full game money line. He also took the Sixers plus 5.5, and he sprinkled a little bit on the money line. Dan Kelly's looking to middle this Clippers-Rockets game. He has Houston winning the first quarter and the Clippers winning the second quarter. Dylan Turner says, man, Nuggets are so bad in the first quarter. Betting and Heels took Nebraska plus 17. Matt Randall, Taint play today's UConn plus 2.5. The Big Beaver play today, Pittsburgh minus 1.5 plus 150. I like that. I like that a lot. Butcher's prime cuts, also Raptors minus 8. Rod Zawacki, 10-star play today, Prairie View minus 5.5. And the Birdcage parlay that cash yesterday, Prairie View minus 5.5, Evansville plus 7, North Carolina plus 5.5. Viper MB's on the Raptors minus 7.5 and Nevada minus 10. Primetime DJs on Clippers plus 1 and Kings minus 5. Lamont Williams, 2-team parlay, Clippers Rockets over and Green Bay minus 3. And Spencer Penny G, that parlay I told you about, Pens, Oilers, Leafs, Wild. All right, let's go over my action. In college basketball, I am adding the Wichita State Memphis under 137.5 and Cal plus 15. I'm already on UConn, and I did take that Nebraska team total under 66.5. I almost doubled up there. And if I had it, I would have cashed it because they're going to get 28 in the first quarter. Von Polo, first quarter Hornets and first half looking good. You went against a ton of people. Paulo Marquez says, Lightning have already made it 1-0. I don't like that. I'm on the under 6.5. Great, Von Polo. Love hearing. I mean, we have a lot of guys on the Nuggets, so Great work. I don't want to cheer against the other guys, but love that you're cashing Von Polo. So that's my NCAA basketball action. And then in the association right now, I added Shake Milton over 15.5 points. I'm tailing the King Weasel play today and the Kings -5. I'm already on the Clippers money line -105. And I have a ton of NHL. A ton. Actually, not a ton. I think I am on. Doubling up on the Predators first period and full game. My night's sort of set on that. Then I'm on the over 6 in Carolina, Philadelphia. I'm on the Capitals -1 for a big score. And I'm on the under 6.5 in Canadiens Lightning. And I'm on the Penguins -1. Jimmy Stain taking the Charlotte team total over 102 live. All right, you guys. Yes, I missed why you like the Predators. The more I say it, they're going to do the moment of silence for the tornado victims off the start of the game. And if the Predators don't step up now, after going 6-1-1 and then losing 2 in a row in terrible fashion, then they're never going to. So if the Predators don't step up for a moment of silence for all the people who died in that tornado, then I never want to speak of these assholes again. They better put money in my pocket and respect the people of Nashville. All right. Jimmy Stain says, thank you for your hard work, Jimmy. This chat is very useful. It sure is. Mr. Gokers gave out the first period over in Dallas, Nashville. I'm going to copy and paste that. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Go. 1-0 Pens. Let's go. Let's fucking go. We need this cash. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Back-to-back big nights for us. I will see you at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, where we will keep milking the bookies. Leche, Halos bookmakers. Let's go. Take us home, Penguins.